Hi, my name is Michelle, and today I will be presenting my communication art senior project, The App of Apps, which is a Christian dating and socializing app mockup. For people in the digital ages, relationships can be built digitally. Indeed, many people find it's easier to start a relationship online than in person. According to Pew Research Center, 62% of online daters believe relationships where people first met through a dating site or app are just as successful as those that began in person. When people are looking for partners and friends online, shared religious background are very important. For my project, I designed a mock-up dating and socializing app, the App of Apps, mainly for Christian college students. Different from other Christian dating apps, it breaks the seriousness while adds more functions for spiritual connections. Users could choose to sign up through Christian college and universities. Overall, I hope this platform could be a safe and fun space for people to find peers with the same passion without leaving their rooms. And now let's move to part 1, project design. The project was inspired by a random conversation with my friend. She told me that one of our mutual friends is dating a guy she met through social media. They first feel attracted to each other through online chatting, later decided to meet in person and started dating. I told my friend she should also try to use dating app, but she immediately said no. In fact, I also feel dating someone I only know through the internet feels very skeptical. So I try to think why both of us would react so resistant to online dating. The answer is, as Christians, our primary criteria for a loved one is shared religion. Most of the people build their personal principles based on religious principles. Therefore, finding a person with the same religion is very important to many Christians. There are few dating and socializing apps for Christian in the market nowadays, but most of these apps are not visually interesting and interactive for people to use. As most dating apps appear very energetic and interesting, most Christian-related dating apps feel old-fashioned. Therefore, I want to design a Christian dating app that is interesting but still keep the Christianality elements. My main tool for this project are Adobe XD and Adobe Illustrator. I design all the icons and illustrations in Adobe Illustrator, then move to Adobe XD. Adobe XD is a software for making apps and website mockups. Here, I can set my canvas size to a phone size and lay out as if it is on a smartphone. Although the end project cannot be used as a real app, it has almost all the features as a real app. The audience of my work is mainly Christian college students, but not limited to them. Both Christians and non-Christians can use it. My idea is for any Christian college students, they can sign up through their college to get a sticker like this one. This sticker can serve as a certificate for users who specifically look for Christian college students. For my project, I define it as more effective, more fun, and more Christian. As online dating becomes a trend, there are all kinds of dating apps and websites on the market. I have found some best rated Christian dating apps and used them. Based on my personal experiences, the biggest disadvantage is inefficiency. Before using the app, there are often a user questionnaire asking its users about their preferences. There are two categories of user questionnaires: background information and personal preference. These questionnaires take about 10 to 30 minutes. Some very specific ones even have questions like, do you sleep with the window open? While some apps allow users to skip some less important questions, some apps do not even have the skip option. Therefore, some people will quit even before starting using the app. For the app I designed, there are only 3 mandatory questions for the user questionnaire. After entering the app, the user have a choice to retake the questionnaire. Second, many apps have very old-fashioned pages, especially for Christian dating app. Therefore, I put many bright design elements for visual purpose, which will be shown in the next section. Third, although some apps have been categorized as Christian dating apps, it feels almost like any other dating apps. There are no Christian elements. Therefore, when designing my app, I add more Christian elements, such as shortcuts for prayer invitation and scripture reading invitation. There will also be a relationship expert for consultation. Although relationship and friendships are between two people, I believe God should be the center of any relationship. This app will also open to everyone to use, not limited to Christians. So when non-Christians use this app, they will also know the foundation of Christian relationship is God. Now we will move to part 2, project description. For this section, I will introduce my branding idea and give you a brief tour of my app. The name App of Apps came from Solomon's Song of Songs. This book that talks about love, the love between humans and between God and His church. As a dating and socializing app, all our users can receive sweet love. The logo consists of 3 circles and a triangle. This comes from the metaphor I heard when I was little. The best relationship is triangular. The bottom 2 circles represent humans, and the top one represents God. The more the bottom circles move closer to the top circle, the more they are closer to each other. This metaphor tells us a closer relationship is built based on closer relationship with God individually. I hope this design can be an encouragement to young generation Christians and remind them the importance of building relationship with God. In terms of colors, I choose the primary colors because when they overlap, they create all different colors, which just like the excitement and colorfulness relationships and friendships can produce. And now I will give you a brief tour of my app and explain more detail about the features and purpose behind my design. This is an Adobe XD mockup app. As I mentioned above, this software allows designers to design app or website mockups before it moves to coding. So this is the homepage that you will see when you first open the app. Since I'm a new user, I will choose to sign up. And I can put my preferred name here and start my user quiz. As I mentioned, there are only 3 mandatory questions, which I think is most important. First is, what is religion background? I'm a Christian, I will click on this. And where are you looking for? I would say spiritual friends. And this section, it actually asks for your personal preferences, and you can choose more than one. But now I will choose to skip it because I can come back. And here it asks you if you want to connect with the Christian college if you are in a Christian college. I will say, yes, please connect me. And you can put your school's name and ID number and connect. And now we can start using the app. So this is actually the main section, which is the Meet section. And down here, you can also go to Message section and Profile section, which I think is most important. And so they are down here for easier access. And here in this burger, you can find my likes, who liked me, my friends, my groups, and expert help. And on the settings section, you can retake the user test and find the color palette. And also, my app allows you to switch back and forth from individual and group. So you can browse on individuals and also browse on groups. So now I will start browsing on individual. For instance, I'm interested in this person. So I can click on it. So it will take you to some more detailed information which this person wants to show you. If I like this person, I can click on this green button. If I dislike, I can click on the red button. In this case, I will say, I like this person. And now this person actually adds to your recent likes. So I can check, okay, so I have this person here. I can also check who liked me over here. And here I can also go to my friends. And actually we can plug use this button to add a new friend. It actually takes you to My Likes, but you can only add person who you likes and who also like you to be your friends. I can also go to my group to see what group I'm in. And also this button allows you to create your own group. And something special for my app is it actually has expert help. So when you click on this button, it takes you to the expert helping center. So if you click on start, it will actually automatically match you with the online relationship expert. So you can ask any question you want to ask. And now let's try the setting buttons. Except for retake the user test, so this one will actually take you back to the user questionnaire so you can put more information. Or I can change the color palette. Now I'm in the classic mode. I can change to night mode. And let's see what the night mode looks like. So the page actually becomes darker blue. And now we can change back to the classic mode. On the homepage, if we browse on group, we can see there are different groups. For instance, if I'm interested in this Boston COVID support group, I can click on this. It also has a page like this, but instead of liking or dislike the group, you can actually ask to join if you like this group. In this case, I will ask to join, and it will send the invitation to them. And for the message section, there are also some more functions to use. For instance, I'm chatting with this person, which is the app helper. And by clicking on this button, it has a 3 button says Bible time, prayer together, invite to community. These buttons are actually shortcuts to invite people to pray with you or read Bible with you. If I click on this, it actually send the invitation, and the person can click on this icon to receive the invitation. I hope this button can help people to build more spiritual connections. So that's basically everything for this app, and I hope you can use the link and browse more to see more functions. Now we move to part 3, project implication. Here are the advantages and constraints of my app. Through visual design and feature design, it breaks the seriousness of many Christian dating apps, but also adds more Christian elements, hoping for spiritual connections. As everyone can see, the design of the app is very young and bright. I use round edges for boxes and icons. User can also choose the color palette. Functionally, there are shortcuts for prayer invitation and scripture reading invitation. Although not everyone will use it, people are more likely to click on existing buttons than initiating invitation by themselves. Moreover, different from traditional dating apps, which only look for one-on-one relationships, there are also group sections for people who are looking for communities. College study groups or life groups can also use the app to invite more people. The constraints for the app are first, technically, this is not an actual app. I wish I knew how to code so I can make it real, which would also display better. Second, it's hard to choose what to include and not to include in an app. I don't want to have too many features to overwhelm people, but also not too few features. The role of communication in addressing social needs is knowing how to improve people's way of communicating. First, we observe social needs. Nowadays, it is undeniable that most of our conversation moves to digital chat rather than in-person talking. People seem more likely to open themselves up on online platforms. Therefore, as Christians, I think we should also move forward and use what technology brings to us for building relationships and communities. Second, we solve problems with our skills. In real life situation, it is always hardest for a relationship to start, especially in person. so an online platform can make the start easier. If a person feels comfortable talking online, the relationship would very likely to move offline. Also, during the pandemic, many people are quarantined at home, and having an online platform gives them opportunity to still socialize without leaving their rooms. Third, we help others to communicate better. Not everyone is a good communicator, but communication can be easier with the help of other materials. Through this project, I find more certain about my passions. As a communication and design student, I want to solve the social needs with my abilities. Most people have the eyes to find needs, but lack of skills to solve it. I'm grateful for my technical skills and theoretical knowledge to help others through design. As a future designer, I would love to work in a team because a single perspective is narrow. Through my teammates, I could be more open minded and thoughtful to meet the needs for broader audiences. That's all for my project. Thank you very much.